It's what we call the tap and hold scheme. So what it means, basically, for every move, I can either tap the button, like that, or I can hold the button. And that's a different outcome.
Goki or Hitokiri, and you get like, you know, a big charge that goes at the end. This is not a charge, to be really, really, really clear.
Yes, absolutely. So, for example, this is a regular, in a way, infinite chain character. So I can infinitely press light, heavy, and as you can see, I can go infinitely. But if that's only work with the tap move. So only if I tap the button, I can go infinitely. If at any point I decide to hold a button, I will end my chain.
Properties, right? Like I was mentioning. So what happens if you like hold the light, for example?
So if I hold the light there, for example, boom, I got a bigger swing. And that's an important point. Every press and hold have a different trajectory. So for the press attack, the tap, it's only pokes. So it's going to be there for all the kit. It's only going to be pokes. And when I hold the move, it's going to be a big swing with a big and wide trajectory.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
So as we see, we got the light poke opener, we got the heavy one for the light hold when we hold the button. I cannot chain, but it's slower light with armor, but it's easier to parry them. For the heavy one, it's same timing, heavy, but wider trajectory, get armor and pin. That's pretty cool. And as you can see, there's a little movement at the end. I can push the enemy. And that's pretty cool because with that little movement, I can actually ledge people.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? So what about chains, right? So what do you get when you're in chains?
When I'm in chains, so I got, as we see, some light scope that can go further. That's pretty cool. But if I hold the button, it's a wide arc, undodgeable. Light, light into light, for example, boom,
Yes,
undodgeable.
right? So if you hold your light in chains, it's undodgeable.
Exactly.
And that applies for every single light when you're in chains, right? When you hold it.
Exactly.
So no matter how deep you're in your
Yes,
chain,
absolutely.
if you hold light, it's always going to be undodgeable.
Yes.
Right. So what about heavies?
And about heavies, we got our chain heavies. So regular cloak, I get armor on each one of them, so I can continue trading here. But at some point, if I want to mix up, I can hold the button and get a big unblockable there.
Yeah.
Get a light out of it and start your pressure. And the second one, it's a big kick and a slower one.
Yeah. So the point there as well is like it's kind of interesting because you have a bit of a built-in mix-up. Because if I early dodge the tapped version, I get hit by the hold version. So it's kind of interesting. It already kind of builds up that mix-up there. I know we've had a lot of people ask, like, oh, we should try to do things like this. Here it is.
Well, here
It's
you
awesome,
go.
right?
So the first one is the tap version. It's a big and long pin, and as you can see, I can just chain after that. So that's pretty cool. Boom.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And then when you hold the button, it's a big push.
Yeah, big push, right?
So this big push is pretty interesting because it pushes far away. I can, of course, wall splat people, and is really positioning dependent.
I'm curious, like what happens when you know, tap guard break is probably the same as usual, right?
Absolutely. The tap guard break is the regular one. I can throw you, I can attack you, because it's a tap version, so I can chain, of course. But for the old version, I cannot chain, and...
Oh, that's cool, right? So yeah, big choke slam, slides on the floor, deals a bit of damage. You also heal yourself a little bit while you do it.
I'm
which
healing
is
myself.
cool.
So I deal some damage, healing a bit myself. It's not the same purpose as the classic guard break, but it's useful for certain situations. And with this little slide, you can also ledge people again.
And
Special move, that is this one.
Get that on myself there, right?
Nice.
Look how fearless this dude is. But so clearly that's it's a full block, but it's a little bit different, right?
Yes, as you can see, I spamming light on you, but I can still continue. There's no super blocking with this stance.
Yeah, so basically every single attack against this that can be blocked is enhanced, including lights that are normally not enhanced, so you don't bounce off of it. The other thing that's interesting too is that you can get unblockables against it, you can get bashed against it, you can GB'd against it, all the regular stuff there. But what's also interesting with this is that it's really built to be a low risk, low reward move, right? So there's something really, really different with how the block is activated. I don't know if you want to walk us through this a little bit.
Yeah, so basically, the block with this down stance activate at the same timing as when you switch stance. So basically, when you are taking a hit, after that you can still switch stance to block the next incoming hit. In general, with the down stance, it's slower, a lot slower,
Yeah.
to not full block and punish something. There, it's the same timing, but don't worry, you don't have like punishes after that.
Yeah, so that's the low reward part I'm talking about, right? You can get out on top with it because again, these attacks will be enhanced. So you're not like it just helps you turn the tide just enough that you take only a little bit of chip damage and it kind of works out really well. And so it's a full block, right? So most of our full blocks can be used as recovery cancel and kind of like little soft feints, right? So how does that work with this one?
Exactly. So here it's the same. So we got the heavy. I can soft feint them. I can recovery cancel them, and we actually built something really cool with this one to try to get some frame advantage for the more high-level players. So basically, with every old move, you got a quicker access to this down stance at the end. So this is the regular access. If I hold my down stance, it's a little bit quicker on the older attacks. So that means, for example, here, I'm gonna be able to attack faster than if I just wait for my classic recovery.
Yeah. So a lot of the times, like when we're building heroes, when we're doing that sort of stuff, right, we have rules that we have for ourselves where, depending if the hit that you're doing is a light or medium or heavy hit reaction, there's specific frame advantages that you get, right? So, like for example, if you get hit by a heavy hit reaction move, typically,
Press and hold on everything,
right,
including dodge.
including dodge, right? So, except for back dodge, you get a full block if you side or front dodge while holding dodge. You can't attack while you're doing it,
Exactly.
right? So it's
There's no dodge attack
yeah,
out of
there's
it.
no dodge attack out of it or anything, but you do get the same full block. It's really interesting because it's a really, really, really strong repositioning tool in group fights.
Sure.
Makes you really safe to go. But again, the trade-off is, well, you can't attack out of it, so it's good to reposition and it's good to make things safe. And it's also really good against like orange-blue mix-ups, right?
Exactly. Like try to do a light bash.
All right, I'm gonna do light bash.
I dodge it. Light and dodgeable. Oh, I block
Blocked
it.
it, right? So
Nice.
walk us through the feats, Will.
Feat 1, expendable. So as you can see, it's a reverse body count. So I can currently kill my own minion because they are just expendables, they are just meat for me. To heal on them, so heal and stamina, but it's actually better numbers than body count.
Yeah. So it's really interesting here because again, like it's a really great way to showcase.
Let's go to
this
feat
one?
2. So no friend of mine. So basically what I'm doing right now is revealing all my allies in the map. So all my 3 allies are revealed, and when they died, I get a shield. So that's really useful. I need to use it at the right moment to get the shield, and also the shield can stack.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
They really are no friend of yours, but
Yes.
it's kind of reverse scout. Like it's
Yeah.
literally almost like a reverse scout, but interesting ones I find.
This is
Yes, so feat 3, last man standing. So here, you really want to be the last man standing in every scenarios. Basically, you see the TND here killing all of my team, and I get different buffs from it. So basically, when an allies die, I get a buff. If a second one die, I get a second one, and if all 3 are dead, I get 3 different kind of buffs.
Right,
So
what
as
are
you
the
can
buffs? Yeah.
as you can see, first kill, I get an attack buff. Second kill, a defense buff. And third kill, I get a life leech.
This is really strong, right? So you can imagine like a lot of situations where this is useful. Your team isn't breaking, all your allies are dead.
Speech, God among
God among
men.
How did I know this?
So God among
because we
men.
rehearsed it, but I
As you can see, it's affecting everyone on the map, your allies and your opponents. So right now what it does is applying a defense debuff to everyone. Map-wide, they all gonna take more damage except you.
Except yourself, right? So it's literally your allies will take more damage. But you don't really care, because then if they die, you get buffed up.
yeah.
And also, if they die and you have your tier 2 up, then you also get shielded, right? So that the synergy we have with all these feats together is really, really cool. Because you can kind of figure out, you know what, like you have to kill him first at the end. Otherwise, he can become an insane machine where everybody else has defense debuffs. He has